G'day, Randy here. Welcome to another battle report. I've picked up some more pictures for me war room, so it's actually starting to look half respectable now. So I'm happier than a dog with two tails. Of course, my wargaming budget now is on life support. The wife's away. Spend the money while she's not here, and then you can't get in trouble. But yeah, it's gone on to life support. Today I thought I'd take a look at the setup for my next battle. I'm going to try and right the wrongs of my past video. It was pointed out to me that I made a few mistakes. I got a bit carried away with artillery support. Messed up the fatigue rules for the artillery. Messed up the skirmishing. Oh, there's a bit of a list here. Let's not go into that. So, as I say, today is a day where I've read the rules a little bit more. Not much, but just a little bit. And I noticed the second scenario, the Battle of Eckmuhl, in the books, Austrians versus the French. I had enough Austrians to do that, so I thought, well, why wouldn't you give it a crack? So I'm gonna. And I'm hopefully gonna write a few misdemeanors from the last video. We'll go through the table and the lists, and then battle plans, and then I think I'm going to fight the battle next week or the week after. I've got a few things on at work and I won't be able to get down to the war room next week. So I thought I'd outline the armies, come up with my battle plan and post it, and then anyone that gives a duck's whistle can write in and tell me why I'm wrong and they've got a better plan. I'll be happy to use it. So let's have a look at the armies now, and we'll go over my battle plans. Starting in the trees on the French right, we have Barbanger. I think that brings us to the first real casualties of the battle, which is going to be the generals' names, but let's just box on. He's deployed in there with his 3 battalions of standard line. He's also got these attached guns, but obviously they can't go into the scrubbery, so they're going to come around the edge. The fields you can see in the foreground, they're just there because I can't help myself. So they're not really terrain features, they're just basically eye candy. Moving into the centre, we have my Italian brigade, commanded by Gilly. There's 2 lights and 3 line battalions there, and they've also got a set of guns attached. And then right down at the end of the line, we have Friant, the commander, and Grandanu with his 5 standard line battalions. Off table, we have the French cavalry, Pajol. He's got 2 units of chasseurs, 1 small and 1 standard. I think they're campaign cavalry. Starting on the Austrian left, we have Rozy. He has 2 standard line battalions, large ones, and he has a standard recruit battalion, standard size. Into the centre, we have Grill. He has 4 large battalions, one of which is a Grenzer, and the other 3 are the Ligwood Regiment. He also has guns and support. And then right down the end, holding overstanding, we have Neustetter, who has 3 battalions, standard size, of the Kohlberg Regiment. In the back, we have Holiol, the commander, and Radovanovic. Oh my God. Don't say that word. Don't say his name too often. The Austrians, they don't really have a plan, so if you've got one, write in for the love of God and tell me what it is. It's going to be back to the good old standard, hold and shoot. I think the cavalry will be used to plug any gap, and we'll just advance the skirmishers forward and move the infantry forward, and hopefully I've deployed the guns a little bit back on the slope so they can shoot over the heads of their own infantry and punish the French columns as they come in. that's basically all they've got planned. The French have a two-stage plan, a little bit more complicated. Grandigny will assault the village with his brigade, and he will also be ably assisted with 2 battalions from Gilles' brigade, and hopefully push through the village and then turn here and roll the Austrian line up. We'll try and use the French guns to concentrate their fire on the apex when we turn the Austrians and pummel that, and then bring Pujol's cavalry on and smash into the corner there to complete the French success. To complete what are you doing? To complete the French success. The rest of the French line down here, the remainder of Gilles' brigade, 3 battalions, and Barbange's artillery and his troops will come forward and try and tie up the Austrians as much as possible. So that's the main part. Well, that's the secondary part of the French plan. The main part I've got up my sleeve is to shout French for the win every time I roll the French dice. That should do it, I reckon. If you feel differently, feel free to write in. As I say, I won't be getting down here for another week or 2 to fight the battle, but I thought I'd post this up and we could have a look through the field and you could make a plan or 2. Quick review of the terrain if you haven't got the GDA2 rulebook. You can see the battle was fought in a valley. Both sides of the table slope down to the central flat section, which has a small stream running through the centre of it, which will be difficult terrain. Here on the Austrian right is the small village of Oberstanding. The fields behind it are eye candy. The hedges mean nothing. They're just there to make it more difficult for me to put troops on the table, really, and to look good. The other fields that you can see on the French side of the creek are also just eye candy as well. The only real other features is the forest over there and the forest or woods on the Austrian side of the line here.